1 second.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, St. Louis, and thank you for tuning in to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KATZ 1600. We're here today joined by Brother Anthony Shaheed, boots on the ground, Brother Anthony Shaheed.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
you're going to do, I mean, put some respect on that. It's like, we're here with Brother Shaheed and boots on the ground. No, put some respect on that.
He wants some respect on his
We're here with Brother Shaheed this morning. You know, Brother Shaheed, I don't care nothing about being cold. None, I don't want to hear about none of that. I don't want to hear about the weather and how it is or how it's going to be. If it's going to be 30 today, 19 today, if it's going to be 0 day tomorrow. I want Brother Shaheed this morning.
You don't want to know about the snow or nothing that's coming up.
I don't, whatever coming, that's why it's going to come. This is wintertime in St. Louis. But let me just start off with Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. And I have to start with the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I'm excited this morning because of the guests that we're going to have and the caliber of guests, you know. I can't wait for my brother. I know, I'm just about sure he's in the studio already. And anytime you have Dale Thomas in the studio.
Dale Taylor. Put some respect on his name.
Okay. Well, you know why I said that? I'm looking at everything in front of you that gives us a chance to say it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. So say it again then, since you're going to do the correction.
Dale Taylor, State Representative Dale Taylor.
Okay, so let's do it like this, because I didn't put that on there, because I want you to put that on. I want everything wrong that I do. So let's say it right. Who's coming?
State Representative Dale Taylor.
In the studio, live
in the studio.
This morning.
Yes.
Because I don't want him to tell me. He caught me in front of Demetrius Johnson's place one day and said, Brother Shay, you didn't show me no respect. So that's why I'm doing it like this. So
you got it right. You got it right.
But see, he ain't on here yet.
Okay.
But I'm just about 100% sure he's in the studio this morning.
Yes, he is.
So,
and also in the studio with us this morning.
Who?
Come on, talk to me. Tell me.
Some of you, I can't say no names, right? I'm messing up purposely because I want to give them more of a chance to make sure we hit it and hit it hard. So who we having?
State Rep Yolanda Fountain Henderson.
So I can't say this, Miss Yolanda. I can't say this.
Yes, and you know they're neighbors, 84 and 85. They'll tell you more about it.
Oh, well, I didn't know 84 was right after 85. I didn't know that. So you see how we have big fun in the morning here this morning, my sister?
I see.
We have big fun, but the way I do it, and I learned this a long time ago, if you play like you're saying something wrong, you get a chance to talk about it for 5 minutes or so like that.
Yes, sir.
But I wanted to hit on something else.
Before we go further, we just want you all to know that Mayor Freeman Bosley is on special assignment.
Wow, how did I...
We're not sure if Senator Carla May is going to join us or she's going to remain on special assignment, but we do miss them both. Before we go,
but it's a takeover when Senator Carla May come. And I know if she ain't coming, she listening.
She listening.
She on iHeart. How they do that stuff?
Oh, yes. You have to go out and download the app, the iHeart app, so that you can hear us and take us wherever you go. If you're walking this morning and it's cold weather or wherever you go, download that iHeart app and go to Hallelujah Praise, KATZ 1600, and you can take us with you. You can also go over to YouTube if you want to subscribe, and you can also go to Facebook to like, share, tag, and follow. Did I get it right? Like, share, tag, and follow.
Did she say it right?
Like, share, tag, and follow.
Say it one more time. Like, share, tag, and follow. Because that's what you're doing. You follow Mary Bosley this morning right now. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, I am.
So you live too?
Right.
I'm live too then, ain't I?
We're live. We're live right now. However, we can't
But you tried to downplay me. You said, Brother Shaheed here. Brother Shaheed here this morning. Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground. Brother Anthony Shaheed, front and center.
Do we clown up in here?
And
so, who is Tim? Okay. So, let me ask this. Let's give everybody their respect, because I don't know how to say it right. Is it Tim or how did it go?
Who is Tim.com.
Okay, say it again, because I don't know how to go.
Who is Tim.com.
Okay. Well, what about if somebody want to be close? How do we do that?
Seth Close on the ones and twos.
Hold on.
He's controlling the mic. Respect his name. Respect his name.
Okay, so let me get it right. Is he close or is he Seth? Tell me how you say it right.
Seth Close.
That's his name.
Just like it sounds. Close. CLOSE.
So you too near me not to hear me.
Too near me not to hear me.
Okay. So we done kind of covered everybody this morning. But can I cover somebody this week, early part of this week? I think it was Wednesday. My daughter she turned what?
You can't say no. If she wants you to, I'm sure she.
Well, put like that. She had a birthday.
She had a birthday, so it's not. It says a Sagittarius season.
And she was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Let me say it like that.
Okay.
This morning, I want you to be clear. It was at nighttime when my daughter was born, but it wasn't last night.
Okay.
And her name is Aunt, because I know she's listening. Antonika.
Sister Aunt.
No. See, you trying to put a lot of stuff. I didn't call her Sister Aunt.
Okay.
Do I have to call my daughter Sister Aunt or what?
Bring me back around, brother. Bring me back around, you know.
Y'all see Mary Bosley here, Brother Shaheed going to go buck
He
wild.
going buck wild, yeah. You all know how it goes.
Well, in a minute,
and I try to reel him in. I try to bring him back, but
I told Mary Bosley he better watch what he's doing. Leave me here fool around. Hey, we'll be having a podcast before we need a podcast.
Yes. Well, you know, my birthday is coming up this month too. So, matter of fact, a couple of Wednesdays from now. Capricorn season. Okay. We end the year and begin the year. Why you talking about Saturday
morning about when your birthday coming?
Because I got the mic right now. Chef didn't shut me down. Come on now. All right, Chef didn't shut me down. So
well, let's do this. I'm gonna go and switch because I do have some. You know, I always got some negative things going on in the community, like what Ameren you eat. But I'm gonna get some shouts out to Brother Marco Tipton and Brother Carlos Ross and Patrick Brown, but they doing some scandalous stuff as always. We've been on these utility companies, so Ameren UE is, you know, they gonna be in line, so we'll talk about them in a minute. And then I got to give y'all this information on the Painters District Council 58 at 2501 59th Street. We got a guy over here that's supposed to be black, but he acting like he white. He got his head so far up in these white folks behind, he can't take it out a window. So you'll get a chance to call the Painters District Council 58 and the telephone number over there. And I'm going to take my time and really go over it after we get through with our state representative here. But that number is 314-647-3327. So I'm going to be giving it out all through the program. That's 314-647-3327. And then you ask for window, but the other number you really can get them on is 314-406-2895. Against that's 314-406-2895. And, you know, they doing all kind of things, talking about putting up picket lines. So since they want to get into the picket line business, the protesting business, and figure out how they trying to deal with black folks. And then I think out of 100 contracts, they don't even have 5 black contractors. And they got him as, he can't remember what they did to, what was that, Jackie Robinson did to one of the greatest men that ever lived. How am I forgetting? I'm rattling because I got to get his name. Brother Shaheed will come back to that. I got to hit him because of all the people in the world that made an impact that the FBI was looking at. They was looking at this brother here, but it'll hit me in just 1 minute. But I want to just, before we go out, let's bring our state representative. She can help us close out the first segment, and then we can start talking.
Absolutely.
Paul Robeson. I am so sorry. Paul Robeson. How that went blank in my mind. What Jackie Robinson did to Paul Robeson. This is what this guy reminds to me.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that information, brother. So this morning, the road to the Missouri State Capitol, we have with us, as we said before, the Missouri State representative for the 85th
That's correct.
district. Right, and that is our very own, Miss Yolanda Fountain Henderson.
Good morning. Thank you for coming this morning.
Good morning, and how are you two doing?
Oh, we're going to have some fun, I can tell you that.
Yes, guys, she's looking wonderful in her red.
Yes, it's Warriors.
Warriors. All right.
Yes.
So
been on the front line.
And I didn't mean to not to say your name all the way. Same thing with my brother, state representative. But I get a chance to make sure people get a chance to listen to what we say. It's a strategy behind that. But come on, we only got a minute now. But you're going to be with us. The next segment is going to start right away. But give us just a little bit who you are. You're the 85th?
The 85th district.
Okay. Tell me about it. Just keep a look at that clock. Cause when we get to about 30, you know it's time to go to that break. But let's go.
Oh, okay. Well, I am it's the new district. It's the 85th district. It's not Kevin Windham. He's going to go into another area because that's his number.
Okay.
So it covers Jennings, Country Club, Floridale Hills, Pine Lawn, Northwoods, Dalewood, Moline Acres, a piece of Castle Point, Hathaway Manor, and some unincorporated areas.
So how many is that areas there? That's like 9 or 10, close to 10?
About 10.
So you got some juice.
Yes.
Some juice. Who got the juice? Who got the juice?
It seems like she got some juice if she's saying all these places, Jennings and Country Club and Floridale Hill and Pine Lawn and Northwoods and Dalewood and Moline Acres and a piece of Castle Point and the manor over there. But won't we do this here? Because I know we're going to come right back. And brothers and sisters, we coming right back. We ain't going to be taking a whole long time coming back. So let's
So
go to
stay with us, guys. Stay with us. Go ahead and invite someone else in because we're going to talk about the road to the Capitol. Keep it on lock and quit playing.
Keep it on lock and stop playing. Hit it right.
All right. Welcome back, St. Louis. Welcome back. You're listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Go ahead and tag 10 friends and bring them in. Guys, we're going to be talking about the freshman year. We have freshmen in the building. You remember starting high school and it was the freshman year, you went in nervous and you had your freshman orientation.
She don't seem nervous, but I'm going to let you say it.
Right.
You're running this thing, so I'm going to let you handle this. But she not, I'm going to leave that alone because Mary Bosley, so you kind of showing off this morning.
Well, some freshmen did show up with that confidence and boldness. So this morning, we're here again with Missouri State Rep, Yolanda Fountain Henderson. Welcome, 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 and thank you for covering those areas. Go ahead and give them to us one more time.
Thank you. It's Jennings, Country Club, Floridale Hills, Pine Lawn, Northwoods, Dalewood, Moline Acres, a piece of Castle Point, Hathaway Manor, and some unincorporated areas of St. Louis County.
A big congratulations. A big congratulations.
Thank you.
That's huge there.
It's part of my stomping grounds when I grew up. I grew up right there in Kinloch. So coming from Kinloch, we'd be Ferguson and Berkeley. Of course, we'd have to travel on down Chambers to some of those areas. So yeah. So tell us what you have for us this morning. What we talking about?
Well, what I have, just saying a little bit about my journey. I started out on the school board of Jennings, still on the school board, been on the school board since 2003.
Are you serious? Wow, that's beautiful.
Yes, and I'm also an alum of Jennings School District.
Oh. Started from the bottom, but we're here.
Yes, so I'm giving back. So, we don't get paid, but I love the children. My daughter graduated from Jennings. My son attends Jennings. My granddaughter attends Jennings School District. And then we're going to roll on down, and then
So were you a city council person too, Jen?
Yes.
Are you?
Yes.
How you doing all this stuff? You ain't no fresh. That's why I said she came in here too confident. Remember she walked in, I was telling her, hey, pump your brakes. She like, I know it's Sister Senator Carla May's show and Mary Bob's show, but she act like it was her show when she walked in.
Hey. Black women rule. Black women rule.
Here we go. Please don't do that.
Yeah, okay.
Don't do me. Okay.
Go ahead,
Come on,
sister.
say
Well, I'm very proud. I was the very first African American female on the city council in 2006.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm very
So
proud
you
of that.
used to campaign.
Yes.
Yes.
And I'm usually in the wintertime, April. So, and then after that, I was committee woman of the Norwood Township. Still there. Been there since 2004.
It has to. You got to.
So far, I have a total of 4, but I do have to step down for city council. You can't be on 2 paying seats. So
That
that's
makes
why.
sense there.
Yes. So, and that's why then after that, I was the mayor of Jenny, the first African American female. The great city of Jennings.
Okay.
I love Jennings. And I
so
love
you still on the school board? Or are you
I am still on the school
still on the
board.
school board? Still on Norwood Township?
Yes, committee woman. Yes.
All right, all right.
And
will forever be the mayor. Once you get that title, it's
yeah, I
forever.
was the mayor, and then now I am the state representative elect of the 85th district.
So you was the mayor out there too.
Yes.
I mean, you just straight
There-
vote.
Yes.
First African American
that's
female. So I did 2 of them.
wow. 'Cause Jennings was always a place, I'm going to tell you. I got to switch for a minute. It ain't got nothing to do with you. But black folks, they want to ride through there.
Very scared.
When you heard Jennings, even some of the co-op police officers didn't think it was good for them to ride through Jennings. And they were police officers. This is what I know for a fact. But as a young black man, you knew if you went through Jennings, if it said go 25, you went about 22.
As a young black woman.
Is that right?
It didn't matter if you were young or old. It's just, it was a
That's
very...
correct.
That
is
the age
correct.
didn't matter,
That's-
socioeconomic status didn't matter. It was
lived
just
there
the
and I
time.
saw them in action.
You got a chance to see this. This, and I'm gonna let you talk. This is powerful than the mere fact you say you were the first. So I know what you had to go through.
Oh yes.
You were Jackie. You had to deal with this.
Yes, when I ran for mayor, I went door to door. Winter, sleet, snow, ice, rain, it didn't matter. If you want something, you would go the whole 9 yards to get it. So when I went out there, none of my opponents were out there but me. Started out 10 o'clock in the morning, went all the way to 4. I went Monday through Sunday, knocking on doors.
Wow. What kind of response were you getting, especially during that time?
They said, look, if you at my door, with the weather being like this,
You the real
I'm voting
deal.
for you.
Is that right?
I am voting for you.
Rain, sleet, snow, hail, you out there.
I was out there. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'll be out there right now. Just
Wow.
throw a hat on my head. You saw the hat I had.
Well, I ain't going there with you. don't do me. Wow.
Yes,
That's beautiful.
you have to. Like you said, the boots on the ground.
Boots
I'm
on
just
the
looking at
ground.
the school district in Jennings, city council person, committee woman of, is that North?
Of the Norwood Township.
The Norwood Township.
Yes.
And the mayor of Jennings, and now you the elect, state representative
representative
elect. And then you
elect.
got Jennings.
And it's all
This-
my districts
You
that
got
I...
this. She got
Yes,
some
yes.
big accolades.
Yes.
This ain't nothing small.
She
That's
take-
how come you kept. Can I finish?
Yes,
I know
sir,
this
go,
is.
please.
I know
Yes,
this black
yes.
one. Y'all,
Hey,
black women
hey,
wants to run stuff all the time. So let me just let. But can I get look part
I
in that?
respect the mic. Go ahead, Brother Sonny. You take it.
Guess who coming? We got a freshman.
We
and I
got
said,
a
who is
freshman.
I said, but you sure you got? We got her. I said, wait a minute. Pump your brakes, secretary.
Yes.
She got so excited. Okay, but let you jump back in now.
I forgot what I was. No, I'm just joking, sis. I want to. Listen, you come with a wealth of knowledge and experience, right?
Yes.
And you're taking that to the state capitol.
Yes, I am.
Yes.
I'm really excited. It's because as the committee woman, majority of these districts I already ran through.
Wow.
So when it was time, it was hot. I'm not used to running in the summertime,
Yeah.
so this is different for me. I always run in the wintertime. Put a coat on, put a hat on, put your boots on, boom, and go. So majority of it I already ran through because I've been the committee woman since 2004. So I'm very proud. We get, Democrats elected into office, and that's what this seat holds.
So what is your plan? Like, what are your goals, or what do you hope to accomplish in this position?
Well, this position is a different. I'm always on the local level. Now I just moved up to the state level, and I'm truly, truly excited. Because I know everybody's saying, I need to talk to you. I need to talk to you. I need you to work on this. I need you to work on this. My thing was, let me find me a LA first, and let me find somewhere to live, and we'll talk about it when I get sworn in January the 4th at 12 noon.
12 noon.
12
All right.
noon, yes.
January what?
January the 4th, 12 noon, Jefferson City.
Now, is that open to the public, or you have to have
It's
tickets?
open
How
to
does that
the,
work?
yeah, you got to have some tickets, because I was just talking to one of the LAs, and, I'm trying to get a TV up there so they can see it. They can sit on the computer, and I'm going to bring a TV so they can see it in my office. So I'm 105J. That's my office.
And tell us what LA stand for?
Oh, legislator assistant.
Just in case someone, is listening.
Yeah, they say,
and
what is
familiar.
that? It's not administrative assistant, it's a legislative assistant.
Okay.
Someone that'll be my right-hand person. Hey, I need you to make copies. I need you to do this. I need you to do the lookup. So I need someone.
Can I jump in? I want to ask a question because
Yes.
I'm always concerned only because of what we've been dealing with Ameren UE and some of these other companies that come in that don't have any black contractors. Sometimes Ameren UE is doing so much stuff that they have to reach out to other people to help them to do stuff down the bottom, which is like the sewers or underneath the ground, and then also if you got some wires coming out, but they don't have any black contractors. This is what I know for a fact because I've been doing intels on them. How do you or how can you tie into them or like the Painters Union? I'm talking about the Painters Union right now. You just heard me give some information out on the Painters District Council at 2501 59th Street. How could you, knowing that the Painters District Council and the unions, period, because unions are some of the most racist groups in the world as far as I'm concerned. They talking about Al-Qaeda and some of these other groups and what they're doing, but they're not talking about how the unions are so racist here. How could we deal with Painters District Council 58 with this guy named Wendell? Wendell's over there, and he's a gatekeeper for the white. What could you do on that level?
Well, when they sometimes come to like the city council, I'm not afraid by a long shot. I always ask them, what is the participation? What is the percentage of the participation, minority participation? And I'm talking about females. I'm talking about African Americans. Jews or whatever. But what I'm saying is, when in Jennings, I'm just going to go to the school district for a second. Okay. When Jennings happened, we had someone that monitored that when we built our field. So, when I drive around, we want to eat steak too. We do not want to eat Roman noodles all the time. We want to eat the steak as well. Mm-hmm. So I said, wait a minute, what's the participation rate? What are you going to give us? I don't want to hear we can't find any. And that's what
they say.
That's exactly what they say. And no. How many is going to do this? How many is going to do that? So when it came to the school district, every time I looked up and, I saw here and here, we don't want to be the one just sweeping the floor. We want to do the work. Mm-hmm. And we also had someone that, we needed a restroom outside. They built the restroom. So every time I looked out there, we had some minority participation. Mm-hmm. So I fought for that. So when it comes to the city council, it's like it's like scared to ask. And I'd be like, we need minority participation. So we just built Kentucky Fried Chicken, as they say, KFC.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And I rode through there a couple of times, and I was like, I did see one. I rode through there again, saw 3. So I said,
different thing.
Yes, because I need to see. That's I want to eat steak.
Thank you so much, sister. I guess my problem come in. I want you to take the rest of the time because I want you to get out the information you get now. But brothers and sisters, you got to understand why I feel like this. When I come somewhere and see 20 white boys in an all-black community and one brother, that's an insult. And then when they get to tell me about they haven't did this and that, well, how come they can't do the same thing these white boys is doing? Whatever way them white boys got in here, and it's 20 of them, I want to see how you can get 20 brothers in the same. It seems like if they're going to the same damn school and getting the same damn knowledge, they can get the same damn position. Because like you said, we got children to feed too. But when they don't do that, I have a problem. Is it a way that because they always, especially like Ameren UE and different ones like that, they're always talking about a pay increase. And is there any kind
Exactly.
Okay, is it something that you can be looking into and wondering how you can help?
Well, I will be looking into.
Repeat that again.
I will be looking into.
This is my bad. Say it again on this one more time.
I will be looking into that.
So let it be written, so let it be done.
All right now.
I like that. So, sister, I don't want to take your time. I want you to make a note of that because I definitely want you to look into to that. You know, how this Ameren UE and Verizon, that's another one. Verizon, and there's another one called, put Verizon down there, and there's another one called ADB. If you, and if I get your number and I'll follow it up with you, that'll be so appreciative. But I want to know now, go ahead, you can ask me something.
What's your ADB?
ADB, yes.
Okay.
And then you already had the Painters District Council, right? Because I want you to make a call yourself as someone who's coming into office tomorrow. If you would make that call for me to 314-647-3327, and I'm saying tomorrow. You can't call tomorrow, but you know, first thing Monday. If you would call 314-647-3327, and the other number here for window is 314-406-2895. I'll be appreciative.
I'm sorry, is that area code 314?
Yes, ma'am. That's
Okay.
314-406.
And that's window.
That's window. Yeah, that's the born boss. He's always in control of the born when the boss ain't there. Yeah. He want to know who that buck on that horse is. So, come on, I want you to get some information out. What if we're not talking about that you do? We only got number 5 more minutes. I shouldn't let you leave and have you and brother State Representative Dale Teller here at the same time, but I ain't gonna do that. I want to give him his respect too.
But that's what I was thinking, that maybe they can stay together and then Brother Dale.
Let him get his segment in, and then they can. That's totally up to
and
her.
let two freshmen go and share,
Right,
you know,
I ain't got no problem
their
with that.
stories if they elect
That's
to.
totally up to them. But I want Brother Dale, without out of respect, I'm not Brother Dale, Brother State Representative. I want to show respect. I'm not joking at this point. Give me what we haven't talked about in the next 5 minutes that you have to yourself exclusively.
Been in Jennings since 77. Lived there. 1977. So when you talk about the police, I was there.
Oh, wait.
So everybody said,
They were some bad boys.
Yes, they were. And I fought to keep our own police department. I didn't say keep them. I mean, because I saw some, you know, with the shooting and the killing, he started out in Jennings, and everyone said, "Oh, you." No, everyone used to get their training in Jennings. If you can survive Jennings, you can survive anything out there.
Yeah.
And that's what they used to do. They used to call,
that.
yes, sir. I used to say they got their Jennings badge stamp, boom, and they go to another municipality.
Yes.
So I saw them. I even saw them one time, had 4 of our Jennings, you know, students against, and one of them stuck some drugs in the pocket. He felt it.
Wait.
He turned around and said, "Man, get that stuff out of my
I want
pocket."
you to say it real clear again, because I want to make sure, because I've been talking about this kind of stuff, and they swept them down. I'm just saying, you said you seen 4 young people.
4, they were the class of 1982. They were 2 were twin boys, and then their friends. They used to hang together. So one day, they were all lined up. They had them all lined up. So they searching them, and one of them stuck some drugs into one of their pockets.
Attempting a free case.
That's
Yes,
what they call
he
free.
could have been messed up the rest of his life over some dumb stuff.
And you know, I want to say for records, I always say it. I was just last week. I went to Brother Huckleberry. He's the chief of police in Pine Lawn. He just got sworn, and I said it then. I'll say now, I'm not against police. I'm against bad police. And anytime a bad police do that there, and that's what they always hear. And I'll let you come back. Lieutenant Colonel Lakeshaw, he retired now. But he's now dealing with most of the sports that you see around the city in boxing. He's in, I believe, in 12th and Park to this day. He's around the black community, but he done sent a lot of black people to jail by putting drugs and dope on them. Colonel Lieutenant Lake, and they know he done did it. But I don't want to stay on. I want you to finish doing what you do, because you ain't got number 3 more minutes. You will say, Shy, you took up some of my minutes.
No, that's fine. I have a love for the city of Jennings. I have a love for the children. They're our future leaders. They're going to take my spot one day. And I just love them. And I know now I will be representing Normandy, Riverview,
That's big.
and definitely Jennings. Jennings is accredited. So we have a fabulous superintendent, Dr. Paula Knight.
Absolute. From
Yes.
SLPS.
Yes. Yes, she's dynamite. She might be short and little, but
Well, that's what a hand grenade is.
What is your plan to connect? Because we're talking about Jennings, but you have so much more in your district now.
Yes,
How do you
yes.
plan to connect with those constituents? And if we want to save that for, segment 3, we can, because I know that's a...
Well, what I want to do, she can save it, but what I want her to do, I want to give state representative of the 84th district his time, and then if she
Yes.
don't mind staying, they can do the whole
Yes,
segment.
yes.
What I'd like them to do is, because they have so much information and they're in such a powerful position. But I'm gonna be
Yes.
honest with you, I don't look at you as no freshman. All the stuff you doing, you know,
Yes.
you play me like I got a bald head. Oh, that's funny to you, huh?
I'm sorry.
And you laughing too, huh, Secretary? You know, I'm gonna Mayor Bosley, do me a favor, because I hope they hear you and they tell you. And Senator Carla, please do not leave me here with her by myself no more.
No. Don't.
No, I can say you can't tell me what to say,
Oh,
because y'all gang up on me and talking about she was a freshman, like she don't know. Anytime you got titles like she's over Jennings, she's over Council Club, what's this?
It's Country Club.
Country Club. She's over
Floridale
Hill,
Hills.
Pine Line,
Yes.
Northwood, Dalewood. Is that Moline Acres?
Moline Acres.
A piece of Castle Point, and the right over what's that?
Hathaway Manor.
A halfway manor. And then she just said something about Normandy and Riverview. Then she said she was over the school district at one point. The council. What she talking about?
the mayor. Hey, I'm just saying she's a freshman at state capitol, but
Well, I'm
you know,
glad our time
again,
is
and I
right out.
said she takes a wealth of knowledge, experience, and information with her to the capitol.
Well, I
but
tell
when
you
she
what.
get there, they called you a freshman. Is that
Well,
correct?
so-
She
Yes,
gonna build
they do.
relationships.
I'm asking to be on.
We expect you. Yes.
I'm asking to be on the educational piece.
Well, guys, that's awesome. So we're going to get ready to go on a break, and when we come back, we will have the state representative-elect for the 84th District,
Say his whole name, State Representative.
Mr. Dale Taylor.
Yeah, say it right now. Now we clear on how his name goes, so we ain't got to play like we don't know how to say it.
That's right, guys. We need you to go ahead and follow us on Facebook, like, tag, share, and follow. You've been listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KTZ 1600.
Say
Keep it
hallelujah.
on-
No, say hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
And keep it on lock and do what? Well,
Quit playing.
stop playing. We back up.
I am, but I don't know how to do all that.
Start us over. Thank you. All right, welcome back, St. Louis. Welcome back. You're listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KATZ 1600. Hallelujah. And we've been having a great show this morning. We had a great discussion with State Rep-elect Yolanda Fountain Henderson from the 85th District. And we're going to continue this freshman tour with Brother Dale Taylor. He is the State Rep-elect for the 84th District. And the question is, what has he been up to since the last time he was on the Freeman Show? If you all recall, we did interview when he was running for his running his campaign, and now he's back. Welcome back.
Good morning. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me back. Good to see you both.
Thank you for being back. I'm serious. I'm thankful, and I'm looking at. I'm gonna let Sister Secretary take the lead, but it seems like you've been doing a whole lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I just said it to the 85th, so I'm gonna say it to the. She was 85th.
85th and 80th. They're neighbors.
We're neighbors.
But y'all is not, I'm just looking here, all this about this freshman stuff, I don't know, what y'all got, how is this a freshman?
Listen, you got to talk to the state of Missouri about
Yes,
that.
there are a lot of us. In fact, we elected about 53 new people who are going to be joining us in the Missouri House of Representatives this year. Mix of Democrats and Republicans, 53 of us. So we had orientation 2 weeks ago in Jefferson City. It was great hanging out with Representative Yolanda Fountain Henderson, as well as meeting a lot of the other folks. And then after that, we actually went on tour. They rented 2 motor coaches. We started in Jefferson City, and we toured all types of spots around the state of Missouri. In fact, I brought a few photos and some highlights to talk about. The very first stop was the Missouri Department, Highway Patrol.
I'm looking here. Go ahead, keep on.
The Missouri Highway Patrol. Most of us try and avoid them, and we think, oh, those are the guys on the highway. But honestly, there is so much more to the Missouri Highway Patrol. They really are our state police. They operate aircraft. They have helicopters that will actually search for lost children and missing persons, so that they can actually use the infrared and look over large spans of area to try and find people that are lost. They have, obviously, they have the airplanes, and then they also have the highway. Yes, they have the Highway Patrol, they have the K-9, they have crime units, they have drug enforcement. They really do a lot of services across the state of Missouri, regulating our gaming and our casinos, as well as the emissions on our vehicles and training and the licensing. So there's a lot that the Missouri Highway Patrol does, and it was great to it was really great to spend some time with them. We got to spend a whole week with them as our motorcade drove all over the state. And as you're looking at some of the photos, when we got to Kansas City, we also had a police escort. The motorcycle police in Kansas City would pull up, they would stop the traffic, our motorcade would go through. It really feels special. It was really a special day.
That's what you're talking about, feels special. Well, keeping it real, that position y'all have are no small positions. Because, and you have to correct me, you at least have, 5 or 6 state reps under you, or am I 4 or 5, or how many state reps?
There are 163 state reps in the state of Missouri.
But I guess my question would be, how many would come under, say, for instance, under you? Would it be?
I am one out of 163, so we're all kind of equal. We're all on the same parity.
I asked the wrong question. Aldermen.
Totally different.
Okay.
Totally different scenario. The state reps are part of the state legislature.
Totally
the aldermen and alderwomen are part of the city legislature.
Okay. So then let me ask the question, like for Senator Carla May, how many state reps would be under a senator then?
So the senators have a slightly different duty. If you think about the United States Congress, we have the House of Representatives and we have the Senate, and they both participate in signing laws. They both have to pass the laws. If one passes and it fails in the other, the law goes nowhere. So the Senate, we think of those as the upper house. There are, and don't get 35 Missouri senators, 35 Missouri senators. So because there are fewer of them, they hold a lot more influence. They hold a lot more power. There are 163 state representatives, so you could really do the math. There's probably close to 1 senator for every 5 state reps.
That's a lot. So I want to, if you don't mind, I want to kind of stick to what I'm looking at.
Yes, go right ahead.
Can we, I seen what you did the freshman too. I'm going to raise freshman. Well, y'all did too. Y'all ain't no freshmen. I ain't gonna.
Yolanda's no freshman. I am definitely a freshman. This is my first time in public service.
Okay.
I am actually an engineer. My background is building water treatment equipment, working on drinking water. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be interested in is actually water management, rain gardens, making sure that we're getting our share of the Inflation Reduction Act funds so that we can upgrade our water treatment, our drinking water, our ports, our infrastructure, and our highways.
Help me understand what I'm looking. Missouri University Research Reactors.
I was hoping you would ask me about that.
Yeah, I don't.
Because that's now you're really getting near to my heart. That's the stuff that I get excited about.
Well, come on.
Believe it or not, the University of Missouri, Columbia, operates a nuclear reactor. A nuclear reactor. They actually get nuclear fuel from the Department of Energy. They use that fuel to run different types of radiological experiments. But most importantly, they actually create pharmaceuticals. They create medicine. They create like 10,000 doses of medicine every week. Medicine that goes all over the world, not just here in Missouri, not just the United States. This medicine is shipped in a very timely manner, and this is important for people's cancer treatment, for diagnosing their cancer. Very, very serious work being done at the University of Missouri, and I had no idea. They've been operating this nuclear power plant for about 50 years. 50 years, no problems, no incidents. So they really are a resource here in Missouri. And I throw them on my list because when we think about the state of Missouri and we think about the budget, the first thing that people always ask me about is the schools. Usually the grade schools, because that's one of the biggest line items that Missouri is responsible for. The grade schools, social services, mental health, other different types of social services. But there are so many other things that our state also has to fund. This type of research, they employ a number of people, but this is life-saving medicine that they are creating right here in Missouri.
That's huge.
Awesome.
Let's kind of
Wow.
go. You want to jump in?
No,
'Cause
continue on. You guys are doing great.
Hey, you put this
We're
in
going to let
front
the
of me.
men take it this morning.
Oh, you're going to let us take it this
We're
morning?
gonna let you take it,
She
yes.
just said she's going to let us take it.
You have one more. You have 15 minutes.
This is what you call black magic. Let's go on down. You probably listened. It says, what has Dale Teller, I'm going to say state rep, 84th, been into since the last interview? So can we go to Easter Seal?
Easter Seals was another stop on our freshman tour. As a kid, I remember Easter Seals as just being those stickers that we would put on the Christmas cards. Easter Seals is so much more than that. They actually do infant early diagnosis, diagnosing children that may have birth defects. In fact, one of my constituents called me the day that I'm on the tour and said, my son was treated because he was a preemie. So Easter Seals is very keen on early testing of infants and children for autism, different types of birth defects. But Brother Saeed, they even go a lot further than that. What happens, as these people get older? They're young adults. Many of them, if it wasn't for Easter Seals, they would continue under the care of their parents. The Easter Seals actually runs community centers, community housing groups, where these people can live with different counselors. They can get away, not get away, but instead of the parents being responsible 100%, 365 days a year for all of these people's lives, now they can go to community homes. They can live independently. They can live independently with counselors and people that can help them get out and have a quality of life. Extremely important. And again, these are our Missouri dollars at work. This is a private and public partnership. They get funds from other donors and different philanthropy groups, but they also get funds from the state of Missouri. So these are the things that our legislature, the Missouri House of Representatives, we write the budget. Missouri collects about $40 billion each year. $40 billion
Yeah, that's
with the big B.
Yeah,
and how do we spend that money? That's the legislature. So
that's not no chump change there.
Now,
it
what
is
I
no
didn't-
chump change, but it is some very important, very dynamic work that we are doing, saving lives, creating medicines, and taking care of the people that need our help the most.
So who are these young people here with you?
The main person here
I know
is
Prouty.
State Rep Rachel Prouty.
I know, right. She's good. I
The
like her.
Easter Seals location is actually in her district, so she joined us on the tour. She introduced us to some of the directors and some of the lobbyists that
I'm
were
looking at some
there.
pictures, brothers and sisters. That's why I'm asking them this question. Y'all can't see it unless you go to our Facebook Live this morning. But I'm seeing here Sister Rachel Prouty. I'm looking at a couple other people here, and I see in the background.
Yeah, and I don't know all of their names offhand.
Okay, that's all good.
But mostly directors, folks that work through the Easter Seals. And again, not the most rewarding work. In fact, a really special heart, a very special person that can do this type of work. But it's necessary. It is critical in our community.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
What am I looking at now? Come on, just walk me on through.
The tour tried to show us a variety of things, a broad variety. I think what you're holding right now are photos from an airport that is run by the Central Missouri State University.
Where am I at on here?
Central Missouri State University in Warrensburg
Aviation Center.
actually has a school of aviation, so they can, if you want to learn how to fly, you can go to Warrensburg and they will teach you how to fly. But they also operate the area airport. If you're flying around and you want to land in Warrensburg for whatever the reason may be, business meetings, you can land in Warrensburg. They will fuel you up. So again, Missouri's dollars going a plethora, just a broad assortment of resources that we provide right here in Missouri. One, to teach and educate our students, but brother, that airport is also part of the local economy. That airport is part of the local economy, and they're probably going to be asking the state of Missouri for some additional funds, expand the airport, more airplanes, larger airplanes, more businesses going to Central
Who is on
Missouri.
his heart?
That is your state rep-elect Dale Taylor.
I'm Buck Wild, y'all. Y'all got Buck with Buck Wild. Now you can't play like I ain't Buck Wild.
That is their camp. That is their school mascot.
That's a good picture.
Tammy the Mule, the Missouri Mule. Missouri mules are hybrid animals. You get the best of a donkey and the best of a horse. The brains and smarts of a donkey, the stamina and speed of a horse. So they have an outstanding agricultural program there, not only farming the land, but husbandry, managing the animals, working the animals. I think that mule, Tammy, is about 20 years old, they say.
Whoa.
Wow. Wow.
And he's still working.
And she is still working. She is still working. Yeah, there's just so much. Again, we think of Missouri as just funding schools and funding hospitals. We fund the airport. We fund the Easter Seals. And what I'm going to share with you next are a couple of photos
Are we going down the line?
of
Did
the
we do- did we do
Danforth
Dan-
Plant
okay, we
Sciences
missed that.
Center.
I thought so. Danforth Plant Science Center.
Okay, so we're here. Okay, yes, sir, come on.
The Danforth Plant Science Center, again, is
My
another...
brother says he got pictures of each category. He got rubber bands on them. So, and I'm putting it back the same way because he got to put it back in his folder. No, it's all good.
Thank you.
So I like this. Come on.
Well, I'm an engineer. I'm really an engineer.
I can see it.
Thank you. The Danforth Plant Science Center, again, another private institution that receives some funding from Missouri, some supplemental funding, because plant sciences really is all about the food that we eat. And Brother Saheed, how do you feed 9 billion people on this planet? 9 billion people.
That's a lot of people, bro.
Some of us like to eat 3-4 times a day.
Yeah, well, hey, that many people, I got to provide. They got to start eating every other day. Somebody got to start doing every other day or twice a week or something.
Nobody wants to volunteer to go on the twice-a-week program.
They got to go on Ramadan. Ramadan will be here, I think, March the 21st. They got to go on Ramadan 4 times.
Yes. So staying on top of this, making sure that we are using the science to feed 9 billion people, good water management, good crop control, good management of pests, and pioneering leading edge technologies right here in St. Louis. Not Missouri, right here in St. Louis. The Danforth Life Sciences Center creates amazing technologies that spin off into some amazing businesses. For example, Benson Hill spun off. They went private just a couple of years ago. A $2 billion company started right here in Missouri around plant sciences. So again, there's just so much. And to be honest, I'm going to slow down because the job is intimidating.
Unless you want to leave, what I'd like you to do, I want you to take your time
Yes.
because we still got about at least 6 or 7 minutes in this segment, but I would like you to stay to help us finish out because I don't think we ever get a chance to have 2 or 3 state representatives all at the
Yes,
same
it's a
time.
first.
And I like to have a little fun, but I'm not
Sure.
playing right now.
Absolutely.
I think y'all have too much information that y'all have, and I would be honored if you would stay on with us
Absolutely.
to finish them. So I want you to take your time. What I don't want you to do is when you hear you rush, I don't want you ever feel disrespected that you're not welcome. When you come here, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I want you to feel that. And if you're not welcome, I don't want you to see me with Demetrius. But come on.
That was a different day.
That's a different
and
Okay.
so
make sure I put this in the right folder.
no problem. No, I can. I brought these to share. These were literally photos. I'm
I
an
like it,
old
though.
school guy.
No, I like
You know,
this.
these days people like to show you and thumb through their phone. No.
I like this. I want you to take your time.
And I'm going to put a plug in for Walgreens because I printed these at Walgreens.
Come on.
Walgreens will still print photos.
You can plug anybody you want. This is your time.
Thank you. But Danforth Life Sciences, St. Louis has more life science PhDs than any other city in the world. More than any other city in the world, thanks to Danforth, WashU, St. Louis University, UMSL, and our other universities. St. Louis is at the cutting edge of life sciences. We are leading in some of these plant sciences. Like I said, we just had a company to go public, a $2 billion company headquartered right here in St. Louis. This is the challenge of where does Missouri invest? Where does Missouri spend our dollars? We need to be spending our dollars on agricultural science, plant science, and again, my favorite, water management and these types of sciences. Education is critical. Health is critical. Social sciences are critical. Science is critical.
Oh, yeah.
Infrastructure is critical. Water management is
Can't do it
critical.
without.
And that's why there are 163 of us, so that we can work in the areas of our expertise.
I want to ask another question.
Sure.
Then you can go. I want you to take your time, go through here, because we're going to come back to the next segment. How can we tie into, because I heard y'all say all these, but how can we tie into Harris-Stowe College? One of the things I would like y'all to do, and only y'all know what y'all can do, but I can't help them brainwash. I love what I'm hearing now. But I got to hear some about some black folks and how we're going to be able to help some black folks get to where they need to be at. If they done put and got somebody else to get to be $2 billion status, I don't believe that Harris-Stowe College is getting it. And it ain't got nothing to do with you. You just getting in there. So I can't blame it on you, and I can't blame it on you. But, you know, I want us to always be sensitive toward that. It's no different from what I'm talking about with the Painters Union. You know, I'm telling you, they don't have 100, they had about 100 contractors, and I know it ain't 5 blacks. And I'm always concerned about that kind of stuff. I can't help that I'm brainwashed to that. Then anytime I see all white folks somewhere, I got a problem. But let me get back on that. Can we go to the
Good
Missouri
question.
Supreme
Sure,
Court?
absolutely.
We're going to come back on Harris-Stowe. I ain't going to forget, I got a note here.
Yeah, Harris-Stowe, in fact, my fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha, is chartered at Harris-Stowe. So it's a critical component to our city and to our city history. And I agree with you. We can't look and we can't leave any of them behind. We have to educate our educators. We have to educate teachers. We have to educate business majors. Every school is critical. Every school is important. Okay. So what you're thumbing through right now are just a couple of photos from
The Missouri Supreme Court?
the Missouri Supreme Court.
Okay.
And these are some of our justices, some of our judges that sit on the Missouri Supreme Court. In fact, where do I have their names? Because I met some of these folks for the first time. Chief Judge Paul Wilson, you're looking at. I actually got a chance to spend a few minutes with him.
Okay.
And Mary Russell. But the backstory that a lot of St. Louisans don't know is that of course, we know that we hosted the World's Fair in 1904. And it was a very successful World's Fair. In fact, funds and proceeds from that World's Fair were used to start construction on the Missouri Supreme Court in Jefferson City in 1905. So St. Louis played a key role in building the courthouse, the court building that we have today. Another small bit is that back then, there were no hotels in Jefferson City. So when they built the Supreme Court building, they built apartments. They actually live inside the building. And when we were on the freshman tour, we got a chance to actually visit Justice Mary Russell's apartment. Very nice, Mary
Awesome.
Okay, I'm
Russell.
looking.
We visited her apartment. We saw the whole place. And literally, You open the door, and that's where her office, her law clerks are, her secretary, right there. All of this administration right there in the Missouri Supreme Court. Nice. Extremely important, not only the highest court in our state, but extremely important in making sure that we have a stable and predictable justice system. A system that is willy-nilly, that we don't know what's going to happen, is no justice at all. We need stable and we need predictability. So those were a lot of the highlights from the freshman tour. It was a really long tour, and I think I've used most of my time. So the one other thing that I will talk about is I did get a chance to go to Washington, D.C., and I attended the Congressional Black Caucus meeting. I met a couple of our key legislators that are working on energy policy, negotiating for the mining rights so that we can get the minerals that we need for our electric vehicles. Brother Sahib, we're getting a new battery plant here in St. Louis. We're getting a new EV battery plant down in the Carondelet area. Where are those minerals going to come from? Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee, former Ambassador Jeffrey Pyatt, and others are negotiating those contracts right now to get the minerals. I was there talking to them about not only the mineral rights, but the mining and what funds are in the Inflation Reduction Act. How are we going to get those funds to Missouri? How are we going to set up our charging stations? And a lot of the discussion was, how are we going to make sure that we have equity in training so that black folks, black contractors, black electricians can be setting up and building those electric charging stations. So this is on the agenda. This is the stuff that we were talking about, and these are the things that I'm bringing back to Missouri.
Well, what I want to do is, because we got to go to break, but I want to just come back on this piece on, I don't want to just skip over that to Washington, D.C. Black Caucus and that too. I want to come back to that if you don't mind. So we got about 30 seconds, Secretary. So, and then at this point, if you don't mind, the state representative going to stay with us. You don't have no problem with that?
No problem with that.
If y'all don't mind helping us finish. Look at she doing it here like, because she's just confident. You said she's going to take over. I'm glad you told me that about
what
her.
I did say, this was going to be a phenomenal show, and it is. It's awesome. Guys, make sure you stick with us. You're listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KTZ 1600. Hallelujah.
Make sure you said a hallelujah.
Keep it on lock.
Hold up. And let's keep it on lock and do what?
And
let's
quit
stop playing.
Oh!
But I ain't going to get no argument with them up here. And we'll be back in exactly 6 seconds, so make sure you share it, and we're back on.
Welcome back, St. Louis. Welcome back. You're listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KTZ 1600. Hallelujah. We're back. Brother Shaheed, what do you think about this show?
I want to finish with you first.
Oh, come on.
I remember when you first started.
Yes, sir.
You was, Muhammad Ali used to give the title to Floyd Patterson because he said he's going to keep on walking them down because he was scared of his shadow. She was just nervous when she came on the radio program. I think her and Brother Charles Wally Abdul Muhammad, between her and him, they had 3 followers, and I think it was him, her, and it might have been your mom.
My mother. Yeah.
That's all they had. But now he's on Real STL News, and he's good, and I love him. And she just do anything she want to do and just run it. And I can't get anything done because she's the secretary, so everything I do, I got to check with her because I don't know who's coming. Yes. But she made a big deal about you. Both of y'all, I'm serious. She was, guess who? We got a hot show. Guess who's coming? And I'm like, pump your brake. That's what she was doing. I'm telling you now.
Yes.
Oh, you pointed, okay.
Yolanda is the all-star. Yolanda.
Well, she didn't just say that, so you want me to lie, tell you the truth. I'll tell you what she did.
I said both of them were all stars
I'm
because you
serious what she
are.
said. And I told her I was
Sister Yolanda,
excited
she
too,
and
'cause I
I go
wanted to give you a
way
chance to come
back.
back
So
up, you know, so
we
it's-
go way back. I don't even remember when I met you, but what I do know is that you've been phenomenal from the start. And I just appreciate that our path crossed because you bring so much to the community.
ones, yeah, they done
You
took the
know,
show.
you bring so much to the community. And Brother Dale Taylor, I literally just met him. It hasn't been a year, and just the information that he has shared with me, and it's just been phenomenal. So
Can we
I'm just glad to have you both here.
Can I just do one favor?
Yes, sir. You take it. Take it. Because, you know, Black Man Lead. Black Man Lead.
I know how
Black Man Lead. Come on, come on.
Here, you keep saying Black Man Lead, but Black Man ain't lead nothing but you and Senator Carla May here. I mean, I'm just keeping it 100. I mean, the women just done took over. It's all good. And she been taking over for a long time. She got a whole list of stuff she been doing for the longest. So, but we were talking about this tour that you did. Was it Washington, D.C. Black Caucus tour?
Yes.
You were talking about, and I didn't want to cut you short on that.
No,
Can
no
I get
problem.
just a little bit more on that, please?
Sure, I'd be glad to. In fact, and I have some photos from Washington, D.C. also.
I wonder how I probably knew that, though.
We love it.
You know, the
love
crazy
it.
thing is, so after I won the election, I had already booked a vacation, and Yolanda can attest that we need these vacations. You really need it. I actually went to Paris, I went to London, and then I get back from Paris and London, and my little sister tells me, Dell, you know we have the Congressional Black Caucus meeting conference this weekend. So I turned around and flew straight to Washington, D.C., and it was phenomenal. It was just, it was amazing.
Well, I'm looking
the
He has
congressional
some powerful
leaders.
pictures here. Keep on talking, but he has some powerful pictures that we
Very powerful people at the cutting edge. Jeffrey Pyatt was the United States ambassador to Ukraine a few years ago before the war itself.
Beautiful pictures.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee has been in the Congress for about 28 years.
Every bit
She
of
is one of our senior stateswomen, and that's why she is in charge of trying to negotiate
What's
these
this brother
rights.
here? He seemed like from a continent.
This brother is one of the executives at a Canadian mining company
Wow.
that we partner with. They actually were one of the sponsors at the Congressional Black Congress.
He looks powerful.
And he is. Many of them are. These mining rights are critical. We cannot run our factories, we cannot build our batteries if we don't have the cobalt, the lithium, the manganese. If we don't have these ores, then we're out of business. We're subject to everyone else. So very powerful people there at our nation's level. My role was really talking to them about how does this trickle down to the state of Missouri? What things do we need to be doing to make sure that we're getting our share of these Inflation Reduction Act funds? What things do we need to be doing in the energy side? I spent quite a bit of time with some of the other national energy producers, so there's a lot of work going on. And at the same time, the other side of it, as you're looking at some of the photos, there are some nice parties in the evening time. Belle Biv DeVoe was one of the big parties. I met a number of different fraternity brothers.
They were up there then?
They were there.
Oh, wow.
They gave one of the larger parties that evening.
Wow.
So it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of networking. There's a lot going on, and it's a very important job. So I am blessed that I was able to go and start doing some work for my state.
So, Roland Martin was there?
Roland Martin was there.
So I want y'all to kind of tag team that. Unless you have something else that you want. I don't want you to leave nothing now. And I want y'all now, my sister, get ready to jump back in here.
I did forget one thing.
No, you take your time. You ain't got to be in no here.
swing
We
that
got this
in.
segment, and then we got one more segment.
Sure.
Okay,
But the
I'm
last segment is a 10-minute segment. So I'm just letting you know. But just take your time. You feel warm and welcome this morning?
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
Well, I don't feel good because it's like you done took over.
I didn't. No, I forgot. I was also, and Dale voted for me also for the secretary of the Black Caucus as well.
Oh, wow, that's
Right.
fine. I like that. I love
Yes.
that because I'm sitting up and looking. That's important. That's very important. And it
Yes.
shows that consciousness. And that's when you're what did I say? I can't read
It's
good.
called Warriors.
Okay, I just want to make sure I was saying it
Yes,
right.
we're
Okay.
fighters. So Warriors, we fight.
Come on,
And-
get anything out that you
love
think
it.
you haven't got or anything you want to add to, because sometimes it's things that you haven't added to.
Dale said a whole lot, it just, when I went to the Capitol, I was welcome. Really, truly welcome. Everyone's, hey, how you doing? Blah, 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 blah. I mean, I just really felt welcome. I remember going to someone's office and thought it was my office, and then she came in there, and she go, Yolanda, what are you doing? I said, nothing. She said, what are you doing in my chair? I said, no, this is my office. She said, no, it's not. She said, we can share. I said, no. So, like I said, she was really, just very kind. I think she's like a sophomore, probably a junior, but it was Deb Lavender.
Oh, wow. Oh, my.
Yeah,
Deb is actually a senior coming back.
She is a senior.
Yes.
Okay. So, like I said, I would like to do 8 years and up there. And like I said, I want to represent my area the best I could. I mean, it's really exciting to move up to the state level because I've been at the local level for over 20 years. So it's time to move up.
What is your role, each of you, what is your role when it comes down to the education system in the position that you will hold as of January the 4th? Because I'm looking at Normandy School District, I'm looking at Jennings School District, I'm looking at SLPS, and we're going to go back and veggie back to that Harris Stowe University. And we have issues that we definitely need to address. So with you moving from the local level, right, and you're being introduced at the state level, in this position, what power or what will you be able to do to see if we can at least prick the situation?
We have the checkbook. We write the budget.
Okay.
That ain't no prick.
We have the checkbook.
Next topic.
The Missouri House of Representatives writes the budget. We determine how much funds are going to the universities, how much funds are going to these different organizations that I've written. We, on the budget, well, I say we haven't assigned committees yet, but the budget committee evaluates the strategy. They evaluate the current needs. They evaluate what's coming up in the future. They have to set the strategy for these organizations today and as we move forward. So when you have the purse, you make the decisions. You set the strategy. And don't get me wrong, with that power comes a lot of responsibility.
No secret.
You make a poor decision, you could be wasting millions and millions of dollars. You could be wasting billions of dollars. And I don't want to talk about it because we went to one site on the tour, Missouri Budget, approved this site, and we built this new site, and I was not the only one that was very displeased. It seems like we far overspent. Far overspent, maybe 4 times more, $200 million when we may have been able to get the same services satisfied for about $50 million.
Well, that brings me to 2 questions, and that's why I asked about Harris Stowe, but I want to come back to the thing with Ameren, you and them, because they be one hike increase. Do y'all budget, are you dealing with them too? The utility companies too?
It's very interesting that you asked me that. I've been spending some time with Ameren because specifically as we look at transitioning to electric vehicles, we are going to need more electricity. Brother Sahi, you remember when you were a little kid, we didn't have AC, we had a box fan in the window.
Ain't no secret.
It ain't no secret.
A window unit.
We had and then we had a box fan in the window. And then somewhere around the 70s, later 70s or so, they would start making window units. They would start building homes with air conditioning. That was a lot of electricity. That was a whole lot of electricity. So in response, Ameren and a lot of the other power companies started building. They had to build more coal-fired power plants to meet the electrical demand that we had. They had to build more power plants so that we could have electricity to run our AC, and keep our homes cool. We're going to see that same type of increase in electrical demand as we start migrating to electric vehicles. We're going to need a lot more electricity, a whole lot more.
So that means they're going to have to listen to y'all then. And the only thing I'd like to ask y'all to do, check and see, because I could be wrong. I know I'm not, but check and see. That way you don't work. Have them to put you something in writing about how many black contractors they have, because what they can't do and what they're so insensitive, Ameren and Verizon and ADB, they come into the black community and they come in with all white boys. I've seen 20 white boys on Penrose and Newstead. And I immediately got pissed off. Because I don't like seeing white boys in the black neighborhood when black folks can be working. That was one of the questions, but I want to I want to come back to Harrisville College. But she showed us the areas that she was over, Pine, London. What areas are you over?
I am a city rep, so
Okay.
all of my areas are inside the city of St. Louis.
Okay.
So when you think about kind of Skinker Boulevard on the west side of the city of St. Louis,
Would it go by Highway 44 anywhere?
my district doesn't go as far south as 44. My district is really around Manchester.
Okay.
Manchester and Skinker, which we think of as the Dogtown area.
Okay.
So I have Dogtown, I have all of Forest Park, all of Forest Park, and I get into it with Rep. Rasheen Aldridge all the time about who has all the jewels. I tell him I have the best district.
Okay,
I've got the zoo, I've got the art museum, I've got the history museum, I've got the planetarium, I've got Dogtown, I've got a slice of Washington University. Some of Washington University is inside the city of St. Louis. Specifically, the engineering school is inside the city of St. Louis. And then I go, I have Lendell, I have Pershing, I have all of the stuff on Delmar, between Kings Highway and Skinker, and I go all the way up to Highway 70. So I have a fairly diverse district, starting at Highway 70, going all the way down to Dogtown.
How would this help us? Give me just a little bit on Harris-Stowe, because I'm concerned about Harris-Stowe College. How can you and her, however y'all double team it, how can we help them more? Because it seems like all these other people are getting a lot of money. If you start looking at the kind of money that Harris-Stowe is getting in Washington University and in St. Louis University, it's like a trillion times to one or something.
I know I'm trying to get on the educational board.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to get on there, so we can fight. We'll be right in the beginning.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Will you be on more than one, or just?
Oh, no, ma'am. I'll be on more than one.
Okay.
So, I mean, he was talking about agriculture.
Yes,
I'm
which
a
is
one.
powerful.
Hey, that's me. I'm a farmer.
Okay.
So I know
What's
I
your
don't
farming
look
self then?
Agriculture is the biggest industry in the state of Missouri.
Yes, it is.
What makes Missouri fiscally sound? Agriculture, our agricultural businesses. We need,
Yeah, I'm gonna
even the
get-
folks here in the city need to recognize that. Our people, in fact, when I was at the Danforth Life Sciences Center, one of the ladies giving the tour lives in my district. St. Louisans work in agricultural businesses, so agriculture is king in this state.
I'm building up one of my school districts.
So I guess I don't want to skip over Harris-Stowe College, though, 'cause, I mean,
No,
I'm listening to y'all.
that's I know
So-
that school is very powerful.
They are, but they can be more powerful if we help them. So just maybe as y'all start building relationships, you'll find out who's over that area. I'm not sure who's over what, but maybe y'all start reaching out, because if they don't start hearing us talk about it, it's like me. I don't have nothing that I'm getting out of there other than seeing some black folks that are being educated. I know what the founding fathers of that particular school, what they went through to try to put it in place. And I know y'all gonna do the right thing, but if I don't bring it out and say, that's what Brother Shaheed do. They always say I'm messing with people. So it ain't about messing with you. It's about giving us the same chance that everybody else is getting. So go ahead, y'all can jump in wherever you
And
want.
I think a couple of other things that are key about Harris-Stowe. Being in the city, they service, literally 300,000 St. Louisans, 3 million people probably. Let's go back to the 300,000 St. Louisans. They have public transportation. They're close enough to the Metrolink. They have buses.
Sure.
Public transportation is key. I didn't talk enough about that when I was talking about Easter seals and some of the centers that we visited. I met one gentleman. He's in a wheelchair. He has cerebral palsy. He moved from Texas to Missouri because he was looking for a city that had good public transportation, good buses that
sense.
he can get from his apartment, get on the bus, and go to work and work his job. He saved it for last. This brother works at Oracle. He is a computer programmer. He's in a wheelchair. He has limited mobility, and yet he is a computer programmer at Oracle. So we all
No
can
excuses.
achieve our very best. We can achieve our very best, but public transportation is absolutely critical to
Harris-Stowe,
that.
that's by Highway 40.
It's by
They're right,
Highway
but-
40. I can tell you the buses. You can take the Grand bus, you can take the Olive bus, the Lendell bus, the Delmar. You can take any of these buses and get to Harris-Stowe. And that's important. That's very important.
So I don't want to stay on there, but I didn't want us to just bypass because I have a real special place in my heart for
Yes.
them.
It will be definitely on my heart because I hear so much about Harris, though.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, black. You know, black. And it's phenomenal. The area, I mean, it's like a centralized location. So I just want to add one thing.
And the Bosley Hall is there.
Oh,
We have to
Absolutely.
throw that out there.
Yes.
absolutely.
It's a talk about the schools going to 4-day school. So right now we're going to be discussing that. They were saying saving on money, saving the lights,
Which
cutting out the air
district?
conditioning. No, they're talking about all over.
Statewide. Because Independence
yes.
just voted that earlier this week
That
they
was
were going to
them.
be 4 days, and it was kind of saddened to hear that. And so they want to do this statewide.
Yes,
As if
right
the
now-
pandemic wasn't enough. But go ahead.
Yeah, right now my superintendent did give us and tell us to read on this. And what do you think? What's your thoughts on it? But what they're saying is saving money, you know, cutting off the lights, this. But I'm all like, I have a lot of questions. Are they still going to get the same, you know, teaching, the constructional part that they need? So I don't know. It's still, I'm just still thinking about that. But, you know, it did pop up on the news not too long
Yes,
ago.
yes.
So, like, you know, and they're asking us, you know, so some districts are going to follow. But I
And
want
there
to
was
see
a
how it's going to
topic-
look. I want to see how it's going to look. I want, you know, let's put that school out there first, and then we can see how it works.
Yeah.
That's
And I
why
don't
we're
think
from
they're
the
the
Show Me
first
State.
I want to
ones.
hear from Jim
Go ahead.
because we only got a couple minutes, but
Yes,
and
sir.
then we got another segment.
Yeah, and that topic came up on the freshman tour. We're in these motor coaches. We're riding on the bus for hours, talking to one another, getting to know one another across all aspects of the state. And I actually talked to, I think it was Jeff, up in the far north corner of the state of Missouri. Almost a completely rural district, completely rural. And I asked him about it. You know, how is this going to play out? And he said they've already been experimenting with it. They have a very different dynamic whereby I asked him what happens to the kids on Friday. He said the schools will offer some school programs so some of the kids can come to the school. A lot of them go to the neighbor's home. A lot of them go to a senior elderly person in that community. And I thought, this is one of these things that's really going to be a case by case by case basis.
Yes.
And that's where I think having these different school districts, it really may come down to one school district, this might be perfect for them. One school district, this could be disastrous. Absolutely no way possible.
I agree.
So I don't know that a cookie cutter or one solution for the state is going to apply. I really do think that we may be looking at each of the school districts, trying to determine what works well within their districts.
Well, I'll be honest. I'm just glad that we have both of you heading up to the state capitol
Yes,
to address
Appreciate
these
it.
issues.
And that's January.
Phenomenal.
Give me those dates.
January the 4th, noon, myself and Representative-elect Dale Taylor will be getting sworn in.
With Chantel Nixon Clark.
That's,
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
well,
It's a
congratulations.
whole bunch of us, and we're truly excited.
It's 163.
And we really appreciate this
163.
opportunity.
That's a whole
That's
lot
a
of folks.
lot, yeah.
It's-
And then after that, there's meeting the governor, there's a ball, there's food, there's a reception. So anyone and everyone is welcome to come to the state capitol January 4th. Come by around 4 o'clock. There will be food and party.
All right, guys.
So
We're
we
going to
gotta
go
wind this
ahead and
down.
take a break.
Yeah, we got to take a break.
Yeah, 10 minutes when we come back. Don't leave us. Don't leave us. Make sure you head over to
This is
Facebook
big.
and
This is
like,
big.
tag, share, and follow. Head over to YouTube because if you like what you heard this morning, head over to YouTube and you can listen to the replay. Guys, you've been listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KATZ.
Well, keep it on lock and
1600.
drop.
Hallelujah.
we need to cover, but in 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, she got the second.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning back in to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KATZ 1600. Welcome back. I'm going to go ahead and pass this mic to Brother Shaheed.
No, I want to pass because I want to show them the respect they deserve. I wish we had more time, brothers and sisters. This time went so fast, but I want to give both of my state, the 84th and 85th district, at least another minute to give out their information because they got too much powerful information. So if you would do that for me, who would?
Absolutely. Ladies first, Yolanda.
Oh, yes. I like how you do. You smooth.
Love it.
I mean, brother, you smooth.
Okay,
smooth.
I can just give out my home number right now. It's the landline.
That's up to you.
It's 314-868-2761. Right now, I
Say it
know.
again. Say it again.
314-868-2761. That's how you can get in touch with me.
Email.
Can
Now
I just
tell us
say,
what office are you in Jefferson City? What suite is that?
That's 105J.
105J.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
J for
Has a nice
joy.
little ring.
J for
There you
joy,
go.
105 joy.
Exactly.
You cannot forget
joy,
that.
joy, joy. Yes.
Since I mean it this morning, I'm so thankful that you came in.
I really appreciate this opportunity this morning to come and share a little bit.
I'm
And I
serious.
do volunteer at the food pantries also. We
Beautiful.
have one in Jennings.
Okay.
And I'll be doing one this Friday.
Well, thank you so much. Whatever you're doing every Friday, Friday, I know they got to wait. Today is Saturday, so they got 5 more days to get it, but it's okay. We're going to make it work.
Right.
My brother, can I switch back to you now? Any information that you have that you want to give out? I know somebody's going to want to give it to you. You cover too much information here.
I can
And you didn't get a chance to give out all your information.
Feel free to call me at any time, 314-399-9153.
Y'all go so fast. I don't write that fast. I don't take shorthand.
314
Okay, go.
399-9153. Or you can email me.
314-399-9153.
Exactly.
Okay.
314-399-9153.
And do share with us the office that you will be in Jefferson City.
I'm going to be in office 130A. And I am really excited that I'm going to be sharing an office space with Rep. Rachel Prouty and Rep. Kevin Wyndham.
Oh, that's going to be
So
nice.
I am really blessed to have 2 senior reps to help me with legislation, budget items, and navigating some of the myriad of things that are faced by our state legislature.
I'll be right next door to Representative Marlene Terry.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, before we move forward, I just want to say, guys, throw up some hearts if you're listening via Facebook. Brother Dale R. Taylor was awarded the William Alexander Leadership Service Award for outstanding contribution to public service.
Beautiful.
He has been doing the work, and so we just want to say congratulations.
Look how you up there with that look.
I'm modest.
Yes.
Wow. So, brothers and sisters, thank you. I want to thank them publicly, and hopefully they'll stay here with just a few more seconds. We'll be through in 6 minutes. But I got a chance early this week, a chance to go with you to the other state reps. Let's mention her.
Absolutely.
You mind?
Absolutely, yes. Sister Kimberly Ann Collins has opened up a shelter, and she's
proud
doing the
of her.
work. She's doing the work, and it's a lot of work to be done. And so she did go to Facebook and call for the community to do drop off donations, and that was taken care of. And donations are still needed, but she needs volunteers to come out, especially on the night shift. And this is when we call for our men. Men, we need you on that night shift. She's servicing homeless people.
Yes.
A majority of them are men, and when you have a homeless shelter and it's just ran with women, we need some of that manpower.
You going to tell them where they're at?
4145 Kennerly, 4145 Kennerly, St. Louis, Missouri. I know this is like right by Annie Malone and right by
Down the street from Sumner.
Tandy Center in Sumner.
Yep.
And Brother Dale Taylor, you got a chance to go over and volunteer with State Rep Rachel Prouty. 3 state reps in one building. Woo!
That was
Powerful. Serving the community, because this is what they do.
That's right. And she's touching brothers and sisters that really need help.
Yes.
This ain't nothing fake. This is the
Correct.
one thing I don't do. I can't do that. I can't play like some ain't real that's real, and if it's real, it's real. We got to say it's real. So just that alone means something to me, the mere fact that you did that. And then I seen y'all over there do Demetrius Johnson Center.
Yes.
And the mere fact you doing things like that, that's what I pitch. All the other stuff, I don't give a damn about that stuff. That stuff, I ain't impressed about that kind of stuff at all. So Sister Kimberly Collins, you know, and she's not getting money for this yet. She's raising money on her own. So I want to make sure we say that this ain't something that she's doing. It's been
in the community. It's the community in her own pocket. So
The community needs it right now,
Right.
and she's standing up and doing it right now.
This exact second, this morning, this exact morning, this exact evening, this exact whatever time it is, afternoon, whenever it's going to be, that's what she's doing. She's taking care of people. And then I'm going to tell you the thing, and then I'll switch to the other stuff.
So
She's
warm bodies, guys. We need some volunteers, especially on the night shift. We need men on the night shift to come in. And if you can do 2 hours or 4 hours or whatever that looks like, you are needed. 4145 Kennerly Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri. And I don't have that zip code. I do apologize for that. I'll put it on the Freeman Bosley Facebook page,
Okay, yes.
and you can go grab it from there. 4145 Kennerly Avenue. There is the shelter's Kennerly Shelter, and we need bodies. We need bodies. And while we're doing a call, you know, it's winter is here. We have homeless people that are the shelters are filling up. Kimberly had 77 people at one point in her
turn some people
shelter,
around.
and she had to turn people around.
was a bad thing.
I talked to Reverend Larry Rice, who stated that his safe houses for the women are filling up, and that he need blankets and sleeping bags because they don't have any space available in the shelter. So they're at minimum, they need blankets and sleeping bags so that they can distribute out on the street and people can stay warm as they can. So please reach out to Reverend Larry Rice. Please reach out to State Rep Kimberly Ann Collins, and be of service if you are able to. Christmas is coming, and we're asking for help.
And that address again is 41, say it again,
4145 Kennerly Avenue.
Okay, so that's the last thing. And then State Rep, if you would write this number down for me too, this is the Painters District Council. If you just call and say, Brother Shaheed is on, and the last thing I want you to do, I want you to call this number too. I want to invite them on the show. I don't want the Painters District Council.
Yes,
I don't want to be where we just talk about something, don't know what we're talking about. I want to give them a chance. See, that's how I get down. Let them come down and say, he don't know what the hell he talking about. It's 100 black folks, contractors working, there ain't number one white, but whatever, I want to know from them. So if you would put that down, to invite them on, that telephone number is 314-647-3327. I'd like you to call that number too for me. If you would dial that number, 314-647-3327, and the direct number for this guy, Wendell, is 314-406-2895. And what we're concerned about is black contractors. How many black contractors do they have, and how long has this been going on? I know for a fact because I was a painter for years. So that number again is 314-406-2895, and the telephone number for the district council is 314-647-3327. And what I want to know from the Painters District Council 58 at 2501 59th Street is, what are y'all doing about black contract? These unions are something for real. I'm just telling you. So y'all got y'all hands for it. Whatever you can do, I'm thankful for it. But we're going to at least put it out on every radio station. I'm pushing that they will at least put this information out. So we winding it down now. I'm going to be honest with you. This has been good. I want to tell them they can come back next week, but we got the other stuff coming on. And Mary Bob's going to kill me if I have y'all on every week. But I got to try to figure out how to get you on.
Give us some time. We're going to be in Jeff City on January 4th. We get sworn in on the 4th. Folks are welcome to come by. And then the hard work begins. So let us check back in after a month or two, and we can tell you how hard the work is.
Well, that's what we
Awesome.
want to
Thank
do
you.
in this last minute.
So guys, do come back next week. We're going to talk about the new chief of police for the city of St. Louis. There's some pros, there's some cons, there's some yes, there's some no. And hey, we want to talk about it. Listen, make sure you head on over to Facebook, like, tag, share, and follow. Like, tag, share, and follow. We need you to go to YouTube and subscribe to YouTube for us. We need to get those numbers up.
I want to get that prayer line up too.
yes,
That
sir.
prayer number there every Friday is 314-667-770-1476. Again, 663. I said 314.
You got it.
It's 667.
Yes, sir.
770-1476, and the PIN number is 196-854. Tic-tac-toe for anybody who needs prayer. Someone lost a loved one or sick, We always pray every Friday, so you got a few days.
12 noon?
12 noon on
12
Friday.
noon, and he will not be late. So, guys, make sure you show up. Listen, you've been listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr.
go
Show.
too fast.
On,
Take your
you've
time.
been listening to the Freeman Bosley Jr. Show on KTZ.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
1600 a.m.
Uh-huh.
But keep it on lock and do what?
Quit playing.
Oh!